For the longest time, SML has been making SML movies, each of which usually end at about the 10-minute mark, but with the SML movies come SML series, where instead of the story ending in just 10 minutes, they make multiple videos that go over a few parts, which makes it a lot more deeper with the story and honestly a lot more entertaining. Series such as the Mario and Luigi Stupid and Dumb Adventures, or also the Pokemon series and all the different series. However, a lot of series were left unfinished. For example, on May 12, 2020, Logan confirmed on Lance's channel that the Chef Pee-Pee Quits series was not going to be finished because too much time has passed since the last episode and because the scenery wouldn't really make sense for part 7 since the series did take place at the old house. And since Logan has had to move locations, he can't really continue the series without having to make some major plot changes or explanations, which just might not be worth it. So Logan decided to finally cancel the series after years of not confirming any future plans with finishing it. But over the last few years, we haven't really been getting series. However, it seems like SML series are coming back, as SML has dropped 2 new series recently called Cody Goes to Kindergarten.
Go to the kindergarten classroom right now!
And the new Summer School series, which is a sequel to Cody Goes to Kindergarten.
Oh, summer school's gonna suck.
And this is great news, and it seems like the community loves the SML series, and technically the new Summer School series is a reboot of the older one called Bowser Jr. Summer School, which might have excited a lot of people, as maybe the old series was one of SML's favorites and they wanted to redo it, and I think it actually could be very nicely redone in modern day SML. But if you also remember, not too long ago we received the Five Nights at Freddy's series and the Jeffy Ball Z series, which are parodies of Five Nights at Freddy's and Dragon Ball Z. So does this mean that SML series are back, because we haven't received too many of them? Well, it seems like a lot of people do really enjoy the current series that SML has been putting out. Just look at how many views the Five Nights at Freddy's series got.
Check out the camera! Check the hallway! Check the hallway!
But here's the thing, there's a little bit of drama or controversy or topics being talked about where SML doesn't seem to feel the same. In fact, I was watching a lot of SML re-uploaded not too long ago, and I realized when it was like 2016, the videos were so tame. Super tame. And I literally clicked to a video in 2017 and I say Jeffy saying every single cuss word in the book. It seems to be that SML transitioned from normal videos with actual stories to just straight up how much they can get people to have spikes of emotions and watch their videos. And nowadays, a lot of people feel the SML movies might be a little bit more rushed or unpolished compared to how they used to, just so that Logan can keep up with the upload schedule. And don't get me wrong, a lot of videos do have a lot of effort put into them, but some videos do feel really rushed, like just straight up red couch videos. And even those can be good when there's real effort put behind it, but a few videos really do seem weird. But going back to the series, if they're gonna make series, they really have to make it work. For example, if there's one video you don't like, you just don't watch that one video. If there's a series you don't like, you don't watch like 5 or 6 videos. And so they really have to hit it on the head, and a lot of people really miss the old series, which honestly could be considered the peak of SML. For example, the series that helped SML get so popular in the beginning was Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures, where it focused on Mario and Mama Luigi on their adventures, with them even fighting Bowser a few times, and the series had a great ending, as the series ended with Mario going back to the first episode of Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures, so that in case Logan died in the hospital, the series would end in a loop so you can re-watch it.
Okay.
And thankfully, Logan did make it out of the hospital, but then he made season 3, which has a lot of mixed opinions, and in my opinion, this is not canon. If anyone says this is canon, I will fight you to the death on this. Another series that a lot of people liked was the Pokemon series, where Junior was wishing over a shooting star that Pokemon was real, and he wakes up the next day to find out that his wish came true.
I wish Pokemon was real.
What I told you about that? You're running late!
Running late for what?
You gotta go and see the professor and get your first Pokemon!
Pokemon? Yeah!
And then he goes over to the professor, who is Brooklyn guy, to claim his first Pokemon, and he ends up getting the last Pokemon left, which is a Bulbasaur. But he didn't really want a Bulbasaur, but that was the only Pokemon they had. And throughout the series, Junior would just continue to battle with other people and their Pokemon and collecting some on his journey. But the series ended with a to be continued screen, and I think you already know that there definitely wasn't a continued video. And it seems like we'll never really get to know how the series would have ended because SML isn't able to make anything with Nintendo's characters because of the cease and desist letter, and Nintendo does own Pokemon. But even though a lot of series did end with no official ending, there was still a lot of series that did succeed and continue even to this day. For example, two series that continued are Bowser Jr.'s Playtime and Bowser Jr.'s Game Night, and both of them have still been going, which is very surprising even though they really upload every 1 or 2 years for these series. And both series had a similar plot where it'll be Junior and his friends playing around with Bowser Jr.'s Playtime having them play house.
Alright, Sally, I gotta go to work.
Sally? I thought my name was Miranda.
No, it's Sally. We agreed on Sally.
And Bowser Jr.'s Game Night was them just playing different board games and even making fun of these board games.
Play fantastic gymnastics.
What?
What fantastic gymnastics? What do you do?
Oh, well, you take this dude here.
There was a board game where they literally pick up poop. Dog poop, to be precise. Why? So I think it's funny that they can make fun of these things and bring awareness to what our kids are doing nowadays. This is weird. But after these series stopped receiving new episodes, they both had reboots. For example, even after the cease and desist letter, instead of continuing Bowser Jr.'s Playtime, they made a reboot which was really similar to the old one, with the only difference is that the characters are now humans. However, Bowser Jr.'s Game Night didn't really have a reboot, but there was technically another episode of the original one if you count Brooklyn Guy's adult game night, and in the beginning Junior and his friends played board games until Marvin came in and stopped them from playing so that Brooklyn Guy and Karen could play as a surprise for Karen's birthday.
Boy, what is this?
Surprise!
Surprise!
It's a surprise party!
Boydie, you threw me a surprise party?
But in the future, we could probably see another reboot of the series, just like how Bowser Jr.'s Playtime got a reboot called Junior's Big Playtime. But speaking of reboots, what kind of series could we see in the future, as it seems like SML series are coming back? Well, since there have been quite a few reboots, it's possible that we can see more series come back. For example, we might even be able to get a reboot of Black Yoshi and the Birds, and we could basically see them meeting for the first time, where it's ya boy Dougie and wait, no. The Birds aren't owned by Nintendo. They're owned by Rovio. So I think they still could do this. So it would be interesting to see if Logan could come back with a series like this. Well, there are also other theories that they can do. They could go with shows and movies. For example, just like they went with Jeffy Ball Z, they could also make more anime into a series, like Naruto or One Piece or One Punch Man, which I thought was pretty good. It would also be interesting to see more games. For example, they already did Among Us and Five Nights at Freddy's, and so they could do different games, and one of them could be The Last of Us. Think about it, an outbreak happens and all the characters we know and love have to depend on each other to try and survive. Maybe Goodman can use all of his money and his big mansion to build like this huge fortress, he can create a place where everyone's safe, but that's just one series that could be cool. It would be really interesting to see what kind of parodies that they want to do. But if they made some more unique series, that would be cool too. For example, one that I've been saying for all this time is the Field Trip series. Please, Logan or whoever's watching this who has any influence on SML at all, in the slightest, to the smallest, tiniest degree, get a school bus. It could be like a small school bus like they had with the other videos, and then boom, they could just take that bus to like Chuck E. Cheese or something, and then bam, there's a whole video. All they have to do is get a bus, get a few driving scenes, get a Chuck E. Cheese playing in the ball pit scene, and then there you go. That'll be 10 minutes, right? But you know what I mean. So with these series, SML could make a lot of videos. But let me know down in the comments what kind of series you want to see SML make. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video here.